We're gonna come here because they want to play and they want to win.
Philly. I just
Like two chicken fillets, two fillets. Jay, two Chick-fil-A's.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
What's up, guys? We're back for another episode of the Big Cat Chat podcast. So last week was Doug Peterson got hired and all of that stuff. Of course, as soon as we ended the podcast, they hired somebody. We'll get to that in a couple of minutes. But the coaching staff is final. We have another hidden gem. We'll have another one next week and hopefully the week after that. Hidden Gems is officially a segment here. So if you guys want to get to know some draftees.
Some under the radar prospects.
Some under the radar prospects. Hopefully we can get a big on the radar prospect too, but
call those gems. You're
getting a hidden gem. So make sure to tune in every week, because we're gonna try and have a new guest every single week because we got one 3 weeks in a row for now. So keep it running. But let's go ahead and jump straight into it. The Jags did make the coaching staff official, so I'm gonna list off everything and then we can give some opinions. Head coach Doug Peterson. Offensive coordinator was indeed Press Taylor. Defensive coordinator was indeed Mike Caldwell. Special teams coordinator was Heath Farwell from the Bills. Passing game coordinator is good old Jim Bob Cooter.
Best name in football.
I don't care if he's good or not. If you have Jim Bob Cooter as your name, you got a spot on my team.
Yep, I agree.
Quarterbacks coach is Mike McCoy. Offensive line coach is Phil Rauscher. I don't know if I said that right. Probably not. Wide receivers coach is Chris Jackson. Tight ends coach is Richard Angelo. I probably butchered that too. Running backs coach is Bernie Parmalee. He is returning. Assistant quarterbacks coach is Andrew Briner, one or the other. Assistant wide receivers coach is Will Harriger.
It's either Harriger or Harriger.
One or the other. Assistant offensive line coach is good old Todd Washington.
Todd Washington.
Sus. He can of course, Todd. The Todd Wash insert anything can't leave us. I think he was here last year, wasn't he? I think he's one of the returning guys. Yeah,
he is.
There's like two Todd Washingtons in the league because I know there's one on the Jets too. Offensive line quality control coach is Nick Williams. Senior defensive assistant is Bob Sutton.
So we retained him. He was here last year too.
I wonder if he has. Never mind. I was going to make a joke and then I realized I'm an idiot. Defensive line coach is Brenton Buckner. Outside linebackers coach is Bill Shuey. Inside linebackers coach is Tony Gilbert.
Jaguars legend.
Safeties coach is Cody Grimm. Passing game coordinator / cornerbacks coach is Deshea Townsend.
I think it's just Deshae.
Oh, Deshae? Yeah, that's probably right. Assistant defensive line coach is Rory Segrest. Defensive quality control coach is Patrick Riley. Assistant special teams coach is Luke Thompson. Assistant to the head coach is Elizabeth Mayers. It better be Mayers and not Myers. And director of team administration is Tyler Wolf. So, how do you feel about the staff? Initial face value reaction. Give it a grade.
I'm gonna give it I'll give it a B plus. I like that there's a lot of former players on it.
There's like
I thought
16 former players.
Yeah, I thought there were some other guys that would have liked to have added that they did end up adding, but I'll give it a solid B plus at face value. I mean, there's not a lot of holes in it. I think everybody that got a job is qualified for it. Looks like a good staff.
Yeah, I'd give it a B plus as well. I know Heath Farwell from the Bills. He's had a top 10 unit almost every year with the Bills. He wasn't even fired. We pulled him from them. Lateral movement. So, and then Mike Caldwell is really interesting. What he can do for our linebackers. Hopefully, he can bring the best out of Miles Jack. He's been a young guy who's been right-hand man. We talked about it last week. He's a guy who deserved a coordinator job for a little bit now. Press Taylor's a bit of an interesting one. I think we both have agreed on this a lot on Twitter. I know a lot of people don't like him, especially Eagles fans. But to be fair, quarterbacks he was given weren't good, and he's not calling plays. So he's given the benefit of the doubt until he gives us a reason not to.
Yep.
And he's the brother of Zach Taylor. So.
And plus, he's still like really young, so it's like
he's really young.
He can still learn.
I know Jim Bob Cooter was not good at all with the Lions, but he's not calling plays here.
It was the Lions, bro.
He's like third in line, so
it was the Lions also.
It's just the name all I care about. Like, it may not be the best hire, but his name makes it not the worst hire in the world to me.
Yep.
Then you got Mike McCoy. I know he had some interesting reviews. Chris Jackson, receiver coach. Sanjay Lal is gone, but also Chris Jackson. We're not going to really go too in depth into it because will be for our free agent video. But I know Chris Jackson did coach for the Bears, where Allen Robinson has been for the past couple of years.
Mid.
So that he's going to be a free agent this year. So that might have a connection. You know,
Allen Dropison. Homeboy had that name coming out of when he got to us. I remember people early in his career in Jacksonville were calling him Allen Dropison because he kept dropping the ball.
I don't know. I wonder how many connection signings we're gonna have. Hopefully not too many, because
hopefully a lot, because Brenton Buckner, he worked with Chandler Jones. So
hopefully we have a lot, I should say, but hopefully it's not all connections. That's what we did last year. Is literally everything had a connection. It was stupid. But yeah, you said Brenton Buckner, defensive line coach, was the coach for the Cardinals. He was with Chandler Jones, and Chandler Jones apparently was a Jaguars fan growing up. So
interesting. That's
another possible connection. Deshae Townsend, he's had some really good units, cornerback units with the Bears recently. That's exciting. I like that hire.
And Bill Shuey coached Khalil Mack.
Linebackers in the safety. Was he linebackers or safeties or both?
I'm not sure.
I think he was linebacker. Yeah, he's a linebackers coach here. So
yeah.
he had some good linebackers in Chicago. We hired a lot of guys from Chicago, I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, overall, who's your, outside of Doug Peterson, obviously, who's the hire you're most excited for?
I will wait to answer that in our user questions or viewer question segment, because I'm pretty sure Patrick asked that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, Patrick. Wait. I just jumped you, Patrick.
Trying to jump the gun, Patrick. I got you, dog. I got you.
All right. Another thing that happened was the Jags moved on from senior personnel executive Tom Gamble. I don't know if it was us moving on or him, but he went to Michigan. So still with that guy.
Yes, sir.
I don't even know how good he is, but
he worked with Harbaugh in San Francisco too. So
yeah, that made sense.
But he was a bulky guy, I'm pretty sure.
A bulky guy?
But it's funny that he's a bulky guy, but he went to go work for Jim Harbaugh, and Jim Harbaugh hates bulky, but maybe he just got along with both guys.
He probably got along with Harbaugh and then was sick of bulky. He was like, get me out of here.
Maybe.
Another thing that happened was we signed Jake Lewton to a future contract. The GOAT is back. QB1. Yeah, he's terrible. I'll never forget that first game where when he started, everybody was like, "Oh no, is he gonna do a Minshew thing and look good and have us miss out on Trevor Lawrence and then suffer through him for a year or something?"
Didn't he chuck a 75-yard bomb to Chark?
It was a beauty. And then the thing what's funny though is literally the following week, same exact throw, same exact part. It was literally frame for frame, same thing. And he underthrew it so badly, Chark had to try and come back and moss the guy for it, and he didn't. Interesting. And he also had that, and to almost tie the game up, he had that run, touchdown, spin, stiff arm.
He had a couple moments, but I mean, he's just a guy. He's just a guy.
He went to Seattle, and now he's back. I think it is kind of funny that we're bringing him back, though.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump straight into Hidden Gems Edition 2. This time we have Darrell Baker Jr., a cornerback out of Georgia Southern. This is our second guest on the show. Last week we had Tanner Connor. If you've not watched that, make sure to go check that out. This week we got Darrell Baker. We're going from receiver to corner. And then stay tuned because we got more. It's not ending. It's not ending. So we're gonna go ahead and send you guys straight into Hidden Gems now, where you get to see me look like an idiot for a couple minutes because I just blanked on everything.
I saved the day.
He saved the day. But question. Well, first, how are you doing, Daryl?
Doing pretty good, man. You know, just got home from working out, so feeling good, living good.
Good
Awesome.
to hear.
All right. So my first question is, what would your teammates say is the best quality about you?
The best quality, I would say my ability to help others. You know, with me knowing our whole defense from D line to linebackers to safety, corner, or whatever, I could help anybody out with any position, whatever they want to know. Even if there's some type of adjustments to be made, I could just tell anybody what to do and control the whole defense. So I would probably say build the game too.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. So I saw that you in high school you played receiver and corner. You were an athlete coming out, and then you switched to corner in college. How do you think having played those different positions benefits your game?
Me actually coming in as a wide receiver helped me play that. Not only just corner position, but safety position, because, you know, I know where all the breaking points and routes will be. I know the route coming. So what will be coming on this down the distance, or what could possibly whatever personnel the offense is in. So that helps me play the game at a much faster speed than most people because I play it up here before the snap.
Awesome. All right. Can you describe a time in your life where you overcame an obstacle or a struggle?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it was about sometime between 2017 and 2018, dealing with a little form of depression. I was in a place where I felt like I wasn't really getting the opportunities I deserved, you know, working so hard day in, day out, put it in all extra. I wasn't seeing it all pay off immediately how I wanted it to, but I mean, you know, I started to put my trust in God and look at myself in the mirror, see what I could do better or what I was actually doing wrong. So after that, I started to not just look at the end result of everything, but just take everything day by day and realize it's a process because there's beauty in that. And after that, everything just started to get better slowly.
I'm glad you pulled yourself out of that because yeah, mental health is very important.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so I know you went to the Shrine Bowl recently, and I know that's where a lot of teams do interviews. What teams have stood out to you in interviews, and what teams do you think have shown the most interest in you?
I talked to a lot of teams actually, but I would say the ones that stood out the most were Seattle. They had some interest in me for a pretty good minute now, and they even like pulled me to the side, measured my hands and arm length. I've been hearing they like those pretty tall, long type of corners. What else? I say the Colts. I talked probably like 2, 3, maybe 4 people there. Just getting like private interviews, little things like that. Also, Green Bay, they had pulled me in for like another interview after everything was done. Say those 3 as far as like interest shown. So I definitely got a feeling I'll end up somewhere cold.
So you said Seattle, Colts, and who else?
In Green Bay.
Green Bay. Got you.
You hear anything from the Jaguars?
That was actually the first team I talked to, and I was actually surprised. I was like, "Oh, I didn't expect them to come to me." But
well, they definitely need some corner depth, my guy.
Definitely.
I had a pretty good conversation with them. I even got the chance, you know, draw up our defense for some teams too, and they were pretty impressed to just see my knowledge of what I actually just knew. And I feel like a lot of teams probably thought I only played corner, but you know, drawing up those plays, I showed them that the safety position, what they have to do when those they drawing where the backers are at, their alignments, and all the way up to the D line too. That helped me out tremendously.
Yeah, I saw one
Awesome.
play against, I believe it was Southern Alabama. You kind of bit in and snuck back and picked off the ball, high pointed it.
Oh yeah, that's
It's smart play. Yeah, I've seen that. That's one play that I've seen around a lot.
oh yeah.
All right. So, what is something that you are most proud of, or like, what would be like your biggest achievement to date?
I would say my ability to keep going because coming into college, I came in as a preferred walk-on. And, usually most walk-ons probably don't get the best of opportunities to, make it to the next level or even just be in a position that I'm make advantage every day of like any resource I had, made sure I asked any type of questions. I don't care what time it was. It could be 3 a.m. I'm sending my coach a text, fine the next day. And all of that was just like showing that I was here, just come in and be on a football team at the college level and just stop there. Where I'm from, not many people go at or even go to like a bigger university. So I want to make sure I'm one of the guys that can take it further for and hopes of being, a figure for somebody else to look up to.
Awesome.
All right. Now, to just have a little fun question, what was your favorite NFL team growing up?
Answer this. Growing up, it's because of my dad. He was a Cowboys fan, so automatically Lewton was a Cowboys fan too.
How'd you
Okay.
feel about the Cowboys this past year?
I felt they had a strong chance, man. But right now I'm not really a fan of just them no more. I'm a fan of the game, so I like to watch certain players. I like to just see people do good. I just root for everybody.
Speaking of that you just mentioned that, I'll just jump to this question I had for later. Is there any former or current pro corner that you model your game after?
That I model my game after. I don't want to say it's just one. I like to take bits and pieces from different people. Like I like the intensity that Jalen Ramsey plays with. I like how Richard Sherman. He's pretty smart, so I know he's probably not the most athletic or fastest guy on the field. So he uses his brains, understand his leverages, and then also I like how Trey White is smooth and fluid in everything that he does. So I watch a lot of film, and even how Kevin Byard moves at safety is like I don't really see place what he does. So I watch a lot of film on those guys particularly.
Okay. So some good guys to watch for sure.
Oh yeah.
Can you describe one of the most memorable plays of your collegiate career?
Most memorable, I would say 2018 versus App State. It was a home game for us. We had a crazy packed crowd. And I remember that morning watching film, I kept seeing like the same route concept pop up against different teams. So that morning I told myself, if I see this happen in the game, I'm going to jump it. And in the game, I saw exactly what it was. It was a post in the boundary, or it might have been the corner or the number one receiver, and he ran the post. I went and got it and got the pick. And then that next play, our offense scored a touchdown. It stayed crazy. It was loud too. So
I bet. That's awesome, man.
The perks of watching film.
Yes.
yeah.
All right, so we know that you're big in the film room, you're an IQ guy, but also I saw earlier this year you found yourself on Bruce Feldman's Freaks list, and it mentioned that you were around 6'1", you have 32-inch arms, a 40-plus inch vert, you were a state champion in the long jump, you had top 5 finishes in the 100-meter and 200-meter, and overall you're an athlete. How do you
Right.
think that separates you from others, especially mixed with your IQ, your football IQ?
I feel like where some people may feel I may lack in technique, I make up. So, see too many people, just running away from me or just separating crazy from me. So if I'm tired, I have that ability to use those things to my advantage. Or say if it's a little bit stiff, I can use that to my advantage. Dominate the game.
All right. All right. Stepping away from the football side of things, I'm gonna get a little get in your personal bag a little bit. Who is your favorite music artist, and what gets you pumped before a game?
Favorite music artist, I would say Drake, because I feel like what he talks about in his songs, I can relate to it basically. Well, what gets me pumped up before games? I listen to a lot of different music before games. Like Ryder the Scientist, I like her music a lot. I listen to The Weeknd. It's kind of really like a lot of slow or chill music, keep my mind kind of
Mm-hmm.
it like before the game and just go crazy or peak out or just crash right before it happened. But if I want to get, a little bit turned up, anything really.
I feel you.
All right. What do you think is your best? Like, we asked about what your teammates would think, but what do you think is your best quality? And also, what do you think you need to work on the most this offseason and going into the league?
My best quality is my IQ. Like I said, just knowing the whole defense and wanting to in everything I can and why behind make the adjustments when needed, no matter what position I'm at. And I say something I need to work on the most, I say like my instincts, because I've only played corner these past 2 seasons. So being at different positions on the field, I never really just had the chance to learn one position and just be good at that one position. So I've had to rely on my athleticism, not so much of the technique to, be good no matter where I was at. So I would definitely say that.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, that's good to improve on.
Do you have a favorite movie, TV show, or actor?
Favorite movie? I don't have a favorite movie. I like a whole lot, but I'm gonna cut on something. It'd probably be The Dark Knight. I could just turn it on at any time of the day and just watch it. Favorite TV show? I say my TV stay on Martin all day long.
Oh, yeah, it's classic.
Yeah. But favorite actor? Ooh. I don't think I have. Maybe, what's his name? I don't know his real name, but the guy who plays John Wick, he's
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, he's bad.
Yeah, he's good.
All right. What's something you enjoy to do off the field and outside of football?
Outside of football, I was a team barber, so I enjoy cutting people's hair, turning people to something new, changing their whole look on everything. And then it also gave me the opportunity to get to know people, tell me things that I probably never would have knew about them or anybody would have known. And it just gave me a pretty good opportunity to, bond with people no matter who you are, shapes, color, no matter what. And also lately I've been like looking into building my own big rig. So I'm trying to get that up and running within the next couple months.
Awesome. Okay, and why do you play football? Like, or what motivates you the most?
The thing that motivates me the most is to be the best, simply. I don't care what people say or who people say is better than me. I know every day I come out there, I'm gonna give it my best, and then you gonna know every single day that I was or that, and you gonna know who I am.
I like it. I like the confidence, man. I really do.
All right. I asked you what team showed interest, but what team, based off what you know, what they like, how they run their defenses, what NFL team do you think you would fit best on? Like, if you could ideally pick a team to go to for you to find success on, where would you want to go?
Ideally,
You don't have to name it. You don't have to name a team. I know that's a slippery slope. You could just pick
Yeah.
like a scheme. A scheme.
Scheme, yeah.
I would say any type of man scheme, or honestly, I would say any scheme, just because I feel like I'm good enough to, fit in any piece. So you could run 4-3, or what it is, 5-2, what is it, 5-2-4, or no matter what, 4-2-5. I'll be able to fit anywhere. and I'm a pretty quick learner. So it was hard for me to, jump right.
Are you gonna have or attend a pro day? And what do you think you'll run the 40 in?
Yes, sir. I am attending our pro day. It's March 25th, and I'm gonna run the 4.3 for sure.
Woo!
All right.
That boy
Run
moving.
Run that 4.3.
For sure.
All right. So I know you went to the Shrine Bowl, and that was a big thing for your draft stock. What other stuff have you been doing this entire draft process, and how do you think your draft stock has improved?
I would say just getting stronger and healthier here. I know last season I was dealing with like some health issues and everything, so just making sure all that is right before I even get to. Gotta be. What was the last part of the question?
What other stuff have you done? What have you done during the draft process, like besides the Shrine Bowl, and how do you think it's improved your draft stock?
Oh yeah, working out at Exos, doing small or attending like small Zoom sessions on the Wonderlic or tests that we have to take, and I feel like it's improved my draft. But like I said, most people may not look at corner to be the most smartest people on the field. So for them to see I actually have that brain power and IQ, etc., I feel like it shows a lot.
Awesome.
All right.
What is like? Do you have like a pregame ritual?
Pre-game ritual?
Or do you just like chill, listen to music, like you said before, mellow out?
I would say, yeah, I'm pretty chill listening to music before, but the only thing I always do, I'm literally watching film up until it's time to head out of the locker room. So like, it'll catch me in my iPad in my hand, and I'm watching those receivers run the whole way until it's time to go, no matter what.
Awesome.
All right, so I got one final question. Like you said, I checked 247. You were a 0-star, a preferred walk-on coming out of high school. You went to Georgia Southern, where I saw you earned a scholarship in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
How did all of that fire you up to get to where you are now, nearly in the NFL, might get drafted come April?
I say it just gave me more opportunity. With me, the whole child lunch for everything for that, but that'll pay for school and also put a little bit more money in my pocket. But it like clothes or jewelry or anything. I told myself it's the first time I ever had something like this, so why not use it to go get better? So I would use that money, travel back and forth every weekend to Atlanta to go train with Oliver. So I was investing it all back into myself because I know I don't really need anything right now or in college. All that could wait later. I got somewhere else.
Got you. I don't have any more questions for myself. All I know is I will say that you've got 2 new fans right here, man, for sure.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We'll be rooting for you come April. Keep grinding, and maybe you'll end up on the Jaguars.
I hope so. I hope so.
I hope so for the team, but also we kind of suck, so you don't have to say anything about that. All right. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
No problem.
All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. We are back, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Darrell Baker Jr. Really exciting prospect. We'll see what happens with him. Anybody who comes on the podcast has automatically gained 2 fans, so we're rooting for him.
Props to him for actually agreeing to do it with us. That's awesome.
Yeah, you guys should be rooting for him too. He's a good guy. All right, so let's talk about something. So you guys know we're a Jaguars podcast, and we always will be a Jaguars podcast at heart. But we're not rebranding, but we're venturing out a little bit. We're
expanding.
We're expanding. Thank you. We're going to be now talking all NFL and college football. So every week, including starting next week, we're going to be talking about stuff across the league. We're going to talk about college football stuff that happens because, you got a Gators fan here, you got a Michigan fan here. So we're well versed in the college football world. And we will always have a Jaguar segment, so do not worry. There will always be a Jaguar segment where we talk about everything that Jaguars has happened, but we will be talking about NFL as a whole and college. So if you guys enjoy those things, make sure to stay tuned, share it with a friend. But we just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. We're staying in the Big Cat chat, though, so.
Indeed.
All right. So now let's go ahead and jump into the viewer question segment. Let's go ahead and start with Patrick's question. What new member of the coaching team are you most excited that the Jags have recruited, and why? Sorry for jumping the gun on you, Patrick. I'll let Shawn answer first.
I'm going to go with Mike Caldwell, just because if Miles Jack can return to like borderline all-pro form like he was in 2020, that will bode really well for our defense, and we need that really bad. Our linebackers have been so underwhelming for the last, I can't tell you, since Paul Posluszny retired. Our linebacking core has just been awful.
Even Telvin Smith after Posluszny retired.
Yeah.
Underwhelmed. So.
I really think that ever since he retired, so that was what, after the 28, was that after 2017?
He retired after 2017.
Yeah, so ever since then, our linebacking core has just been so bad. So bringing in a defensive coordinator who was a linebackers coach and who's gotten really good production out of linebackers that he has coached, in my opinion, hopefully that bodes well for Miles Jack in his career, because we really need him to succeed.
Yeah, Miles Jack, he's shown very good sparks. Obviously, he was a good prospect out of college, so hopefully he can put it together consistently. That's the thing. For me, it's either Heath Farwell or Deshae Townsend. I'll give a case for both. Heath Farwell, I want a good special teams unit. You see what happened to the Packers and all these other teams, even us. Special teams was supposed to be good last year, and oh my goodness, it was awful.
Our kick coverage had to be like one of the worst in the league.
I cannot stand it. I could not stand having that bad of a special teams. I want us to have a good special teams again, and I'm glad we got a good coach to do it. Bills fans were upset when we took him, so. And if you're upset at losing a special teams coach, they're a pretty good one. And then for Deshae Townsend, I know he's good. He's been good with cornerbacks in Chicago, and I really want our corners and our safeties and our DBs to really develop. Tyson Campbell. Hopefully, if we draft a nickel this year, I saw somebody mocked us Kyer Elam at 33 in one mock, which I just hope we can keep developing these corners and get some good coverage in the secondary.
I hear you, dog. All
right. What would you do with free agent DJ Chark? This question is from UCF Jaguar. I'll let Shawn start it.
I would offer him a 1-year prove-it deal, and if he balks at it, I would tell him to leave. I don't like DJ Chark that much. I mean, I like him as a person. I think he's a really cool person. He has had one good year out of 4 years. Not much to write home about. I feel like you could replace him easily in free agency. Easily. Yes, easily. I don't think he's like some guy that's going to... People are under the impression he's going to leave and become the next freaking Devontae Adams or some shit. I don't know why people think that based off of what he's done so far. I get that he's got good height, weight, speed. But in my opinion, he's never played to that 4.3 speed. He's never played to his size either. I've not been impressed with him really outside of 2019. So it's no big deal to me if we lose him.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same boat. I'd give him a 1-year deal, like maybe $10 million range.
Yeah, like we gave Moncrief that 1 year, $9 million deal. I'd give him something, maybe a little bit more than that, because you got to count for inflation. So maybe like 1 year, like 10 to 12. Other than that,
that's what I would do, because he's coming off an injury, a season-long injury. The year before that, he was hurt as well, and he lacked effort. He had one good year of production, so he's only had his what's it called? His rookie year was not good. Then he had his breakout sophomore season, which was great and all, and he looked really good then. But then
it wasn't even great. It was like an average year for a receiver.
Yeah, you're right. It was good. It was a good breakout year.
It was barely over 1,000 yards, and he had like 7 or 8 touchdowns.
Yeah. So you're right. It wasn't even
people
that crazy of a season.
People act like he put up 1,410.
Yeah, we're acting like he had that Allen Robinson season where he put up 1,500.
Not even close.
So he had a good season, and then he had a rough year because poor quarterback play, I will admit, but he lacked effort, clearly. He was hurt that year. Then this past year, people act like our receiver room would have been drastically different if he didn't get hurt.
It wasn't. He wasn't. I mean,
He was underperforming in like the
He
three games
played
that he did.
three
play.
games. He had 7 catches. Yes, it was for 152 yards, but like 41 of those yards was a touchdown late in the Texans game that was over. That Trevor threw. It's just like, man, I just don't get it. People, and the main reasons people are saying to keep him is like, oh, he's our best wide receiver. What the hell does that mean? Our wide receiver core sucks. If I was calling the shots, I'd get rid of everybody except for Jamal Agnew.
The only reason I would keep him for that 1 year deal is because of the talent that he has, like the physical talent. He needs to play to it, and just because I would preferably like to keep Trevor at least one or two guys he's thrown to.
We're probably going to end up having. I mean, Marvin Jones will probably be back. I would assume.
Yeah, probably.
Agnew's probably going to be back. They're probably going to bring Laquan Treadwell back at least for camp. And if they bring back DJ Chark on a 1 year deal, if he accepts that, I don't know if he'll accept that. But like I said, if I was running the team, I would throw everybody out and keep Agnew only. Because it'd be nice for him to have some continuity with receivers, but when those receivers are trash cans, I don't really care.
Exactly. Yeah, we've been on the train of we want an entire new receiving core for a while. Because
I want like 4 to 5 new guys.
I want us to sign like 2 or 3 guys, draft at least 2 guys.
Yeah, give me 2 rookies and 2 free agents, and I'll be happy.
Yep. Make them good though. Don't give me.
Don't give me
like 2 cheese 6-rounders or something.
Yeah, give me like Christian Kirk, and then like
George Pickens,
Cedric Wilson, and out of free agency, and then give me like you like Pickens. I like Pickens too. Give me but I'm thinking if you're gonna pick in the second round, give me
Christian
Jahan
Watson too.
Yeah, give me a guy like Jahan Dotson in the second round, and then Khalil Shakir in the 4th or 5th round, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, just rebuild the whole room, bro.
Or trade back from one and give me that Garrett Wilson.
I'm a Treylon Burks guy, but I love Garrett Wilson too.
Either one.
Exactly. I mean, Trevor's used to throwing to guys like Burks.
And Drake London.
I'd love Drake London too.
I'd love anybody. I'd love any of the top 8 receivers on my board.
Dude, you could give me any of the top 10, 11 receivers on my board.
Yeah.
Christian Watson is really intriguing. Like anybody above David Bell on my board there. Sorry, David Bell slander. Who cares?
All right. But yeah, DJ Chark on your deal, or he can
hit the road.
Get stepping.
How important is it that this group of coaches is NFL experienced and are a bunch of ex-players? This question is from Big Will.
For me, having former players isn't really a big deal. I think it's cool. I like that we have a lot of NFL experience guys because I don't think we had a lot last year. But I think for the players, it's probably important. I don't know if it's important, but it's probably makes them feel better about it. Having a coach that's actually been there, has actually seen the game through their eyes, through the lens that they're seeing the game through. I feel like that is probably more important to the players. For me as a fan, I don't really care. I just want the best people for the job. I don't care if they're ex-players, never played. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's good for the players. It's good for them to relate to the staff, or a player-centric staff that won't kick you. It's good.
Shots fired?
One that won't bench you for one fumble. Your first fumble in how long? A year?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's not revisit old wounds.
You guys get the gist. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Make sure to stay tuned for more draft interviews, more draft content, NFL content. Like I said, we're expanding outwards on the stuff we'll be talking about. So make sure to share, subscribe, do all that stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time. See you guys next week.